There are new developments in tonight's story. A federal judge has stopped the enforcement of certain parts of the law. Police will not be allowed to determine the citizenship status of people they believe are in the country illegally, nor will they be able to charge anyone with a new case if they fail to present immigration documents. Well, we have local reaction tonight on the controversial law. Amy Hawley joins us live from Kansas City.
Now, she just wrapped up an interview with Kansas Secretary of State Kris Kobach. Amy, what did he have to say about these latest developments?
Well, he had a lot to say, as he has over the last several months. The architect of Arizona's law, Kris Kobach, who, of course, is running for Secretary of State in Kansas, said this is very disappointing in the fight to illegal immigration. Of course, people were prepared, law enforcement was prepared to take up this law and uphold it at 12:01 in Arizona tonight, but they will have to do so without those most controversial provisions of the law. Take a look at this. The Arizona judge did put on hold sections that required officers to check a person's immigration status while enforcing other laws. Also on hold tonight, the section of the law that required immigrants to carry papers at all times and make it illegal for undocumented workers to seek day jobs in traffic. And many immigrants saying this is, of course, a major victory in the fight against racial profiling. But Kris Kobach, who we talked to just a few minutes ago, says racial profiling really never existed in the law in the first place.
All people are biased in some sort of way, and because of the way we were raised, we have stereotypes, and it will absolutely lead to ethnic and racial profiling.
The Arizona law expressly prohibits racial profiling in 4 different places, and so it would have been impossible for the Department of Justice lawyers to make a credible argument with a straight face and say a law that prohibits racial profiling actually encourages racial profiling. So the Department of Justice didn't even bring the racial profiling argument up. So it's clearly not, that's clearly not promoted by the law and clearly not the real issue in this case.
Arizona police officers and law enforcement were ready to take up this law at 12:01 amid major protests tonight, but they continue to do that over other parts of the law that do remain intact and were upheld by the judge. Meantime, Kobach says he is planning a trip back to Arizona, back to the governor's office as a consultant on their legal defense team. That will happen sometime next week. He says this legal fight to resolve this issue could take at least another year and a half. In Kansas City, Kansas, Amy Hawley, NBC Action News.
All right, Amy, thanks. I want to clarify something quickly. We just called Kris Kobach Secretary of State in Kansas. He's obviously a candidate running for Kansas Secretary of State.